Hello, Sara. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm delighted to have you in the program. And for all of you guys looking at this beautiful woman on your screen, it's just her energy is so contagious. I must say that we don't know each other that well. I found her on the internet. I loved her energy. I love her story. I just loved everything about her and what she's done with her life. And that's why I invited her to share her experience with all of us. And she said, yeah, sure, I love it. So thank you for being so generous, Anna.
Oh,
Let us
thank you.
tell us an empowering story, the empowering story that your life is, which is what it is actually.
Well, it's a mixed bag, really. I was born in Limerick, and I have a brother here in Limerick and two sisters, and I have a sister in Canada and a sister in England. So there's a
Okay.
nice us there.
And Limerick, just let me say it, Limerick is in Ireland
Limerick is
because
in Ireland.
this
Yeah.
is an international program.
Okay. Okay. Limerick's in Ireland. It's near Shannon Airport. And yeah, I've literally been reared here. I left a few times to travel, and then ended up coming back to home because that's where the heart is. So yeah, I was born here back in '69, and I went to school here until I was about 11, and then I went to boarding school, and I went there for about 3 years, and then it closed down. And then I came back to Limerick and I went to school there until I left in '87 and headed to Rosslare to work in a hotel. I was kind of frontline staff there, helping people out and running a buffet. And I loved it. I loved it. A great spot, lovely people. The only reason I left was because the hotel closes down every winter for 2 months. So I came home to Limerick and got bored. So I headed off to Paris and I did some au pairing over there for 6 months. And then I came home. My dad wasn't well at the time, so I came home, and shortly afterwards he passed away. I was doing a course in Mickey Max and got the call, and basically, yeah, it was a dark day. So that was a hard time because I was very close to him. He was a lovely man, very, very loving man, very caring man. My backbone, basically. I adored him. So yeah, it was a hard time, but continued on with Mickey Max, and a few years later then got married to my boyfriend at the time, and we got married and we went to Canada where we had our son Sam. And Canada was fabulous. Went skiing and biking and mountain climbing and everything. A real outdoorsy place. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. My sister Karen is living over there, so spent a lot of time with her, which was great. Because I miss her. You know, she's very close to me. So yeah, so that was fantastic. And then Sam was born, and we decided we'd come home again. To rear him here, and Jim's dad wasn't well at the time either, so we said, here, we'll go home and see what happens. So we came home, and then things started to change. When Sam was about 3, I got a very serious virus, and that knocked me out completely. I ended up in hospital with pneumonia and asthma. I'd never had asthma before, and through the coughing I'd broken 2 ribs, so that really floored me. So about 6 months later I tried to go back to work, but I did a bit of a test. The doctor put me on a treadmill. He said, go on a treadmill for every second day for a week and see how you get on. So I did that, and the first day was grand. I did very well. The second day I could hardly move. My legs were like lead. And then the third day I never got there. I ended up back in the GP's office, and not long after that I ended up in hospital with pneumonia again. So my immune system was completely and utterly shot.
Wow. So from what I see here, Sara, you had a very fulfilling life. There were no challenges for you. I can move here, move there. I'll be happy anywhere. I can adapt to anything.
Yeah.
I got married. Well, your dad die, but I mean, that's life. And everything was going so well. And then, whoosh,
yeah, overnight. It was overnight. It was
overnight.
literally overnight. Yeah,
Yeah,
often.
overnight.
And then it led to me going and getting the usual antibiotics, steroids and stuff, and thinking I was fine. 2 weeks later, went back to work, and then inside in work, I obviously been coughing for the 2 weeks, but it got much worse because I was moving around a lot more. The cough got very bad, and it had already bruised my ribs, and the kind of big coughing seizures and stuff I was having, or episodes I was having, were basically popped the ribs. So yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so tons of challenges health-wise.
Yeah, it was. I
Lots
never
of
got back to work,
challenges.
really. I never got back to work. That was 2001. By 2010, I was kind of thinking, right, okay, I've wasted a lot of time here. I need to get some help, and you know, I was feeling sorry for myself and kind of saying, gee, Mac, I've lost my career. I haven't done anything, and I know I have serious limitations, but what can I do to help myself? So I rang the Irish ME Trust, and there's a guy there called Declan Carla, and he said to me, I asked him for help basically, and he put me on to a lady who helped me, and we worked together, and she rewired all my thinking, right? She basically taught me to
Wow.
accept what I had, the condition I had, and the limitations I had. I used to give myself an awful hard time because I couldn't do my walks, and I couldn't travel very far. The most I could travel was maybe 2 hours on a plane, and even at that, I was wrecked by the time I got there, and it would take days to recover. And I just, you know, I felt guilty because I was holding everybody back. I couldn't keep up with anyone, and I couldn't work, and just basically wasn't in a great space. So she rewired all my thought process, and completely, it took about a year, completely turned me around. So that now I can accept if I only can do 5 or 10 minutes walk on any one day, that's okay. You know, just if you do that, that's an accomplishment. And some days I can do 15, 20 minutes. It depends. Other days I can do nothing. So basically it fluctuates what I can do depending on my body. I just have to listen to my body and see what I can do. But one thing I started to do after I had that, I decided, right, okay, what can I do to, you know, help other people to get this kind of change the way they think and accept the condition. So I got back onto Declan, and I said I wanted to start up a group in Limerick. So he said, grand, and he put us up in the Strand Hotel, and we did meetings once a week for about an hour and 45 minutes to 2 hours, maybe, depending on how we all felt, because it was difficult with the energy levels. We would have limited energy levels. So basically, and this kind of stuttering and stuff kicks in when you get tired and stuff. So you can actually be accused of being drunk even though you haven't actually taken a sip of alcohol. So
Wow.
your cognitive skills will kind of be a little bit off, but we don't let that get in our way, you know. So we opened up the group, and that was 2011, and it's still going to this day, which is great.
Wow.
We've helped a load of people. We get people in to do talks. I ring different people, or someone would know someone who would refer us, and basically get someone in, and they do different things with us. Things like just accepting our condition and doing what we can to help ourselves. There'll be food, advice on how to nutritionally help ourselves and eat the right foods so that we could have as much energy as we possibly could. There will be other things like gentle movement, meditation, relaxation, all those kind of things, which proved to be very, very, very beneficial. We all love the group. We have great fun. We have great fun, and that was one of the stipulations I had when I started the group, was that I wanted it to be uplifting. I wanted people to feel better when they were leaving than they did when they arrived. I wanted to put a smile on their face and help them to kind of you know, I know things are bad, but maybe we can focus on other things to help us to get through the day and put a smile on our faces. Help us just lift the mood, you know, which is always important. So yeah, so we have the group, and it's closed down at the moment. So we went on. Declan rang me and says, you know, what do you think about going on Skype and stuff? So we chatted about it. So we went on Skype, and we've had a few meetings. We may move it to Zoom now, because Zoom seems to be, we can reach a further distance with Zoom, and a lot of people have Zoom now. So basically we'll pop onto Zoom pretty quickly, I'd say, and do another meeting. And we've also opened up a page on Facebook for everybody with this condition, ME, chronic fatigue syndrome. And it's called Inside Me 101. And
Inside Me 101.
Inside Me 101. And in that we have, I post every day, basically. I post something every day. And yesterday I did a live feed, the first live feed in there, which was quite intimidating, but I got through it, you know. So yeah, so basically it's proving very good. It's proving to help people. People seem to be very happy with it. There's great feedback coming. We're now planning to do a YouTube channel. The ME Trust have a YouTube channel, but we'll be filling the library with interviews from different professionals who can help us. Cookery demonstrations. I have a few myself, because I have a page called Sara's Yum Yums, where I post I post different videos on different quick and easy dishes, because I wouldn't have much energy. So anything I cook, I try and cook within 20 minutes, you know, 20 minutes, and throw it in the oven then, and away you go. Or cook it in a wok or whatever. It has to be quick and easy, but nutritious. Very fresh ingredients and nutritious, so that you know, you're feeding you're feeding the body the right stuff, so that you're basically getting the required nutrition so your body can function properly. So that's important to me, because we have to do what we can do. I always say, control the controllables and move along, you know. So we have to do what we can do to help ourselves, and eating is a big thing we can control. We need our food for our energy. But if we're eating junk food and sweets and all that kind of stuff, it's not going to do us any good. Whereas if we're eating lots of fresh veg and our greens and our fruits and stuff, and if you want a little bit of fish or a little bit of meat, whatever you want, but it's important to double up on the fruit and veg and your greens, because things like your greens, garlic, ginger, those kind of things, they're all very, very good for your immune system, and very good for balancing your body. So that's important. And little tips like that go into the page, and I post different things then, and help people to just be aware of different things they can do to help themselves, you know.
Wow, a lot of things, Sarah.
A
lot of things. I've been writing here and taking notes all the time. What I see here, and that's the common denominator that we can see in the interviews, is that the thought process is crucial. What we think of ourselves is crucial. When you thought that I was sick or cannot do this, there was a period there of 10 years or 9 years in which was your career, and you were focused in something that you couldn't do and what you had lost. That was in the past. But the moment that you ask for help, and that's key. If you cannot do it yourself, ask for help. Ask for the right help.
Very important. Very important to ask for help. And I'm just sorry I didn't do it sooner, but I wasn't well. I had about 3 doses of pneumonia in the first 9 years, and the 2 in 6 months, which hit my body very hard, and it was just whacked, you know. So I knew that my body was healing a bit. I knew I still had very big limitations, but I knew my head needed to be changed. So I reached out and I just said, right.
Yeah. Ask for help.
Ask for help.
Ask for help.
Buddy, if you need help, don't be sitting there, you know, and be afraid to ask. Actually, people are delighted when you do ask. And it's been great. I mean, myself and Declan from the Irish ME Trust, we do little bits together, you know, with the group and stuff. And it's not very much I do, but what I do, I put my heart and soul into it. Before the COVID, it was only 2 hours a week. And now it's about 2 hours a week, but it's just broken up into half-hour sessions. So I might do a half hour on Zoom, and then I might do a half hour on Facebook, and then it's kind of like just posting stuff, and I can do that from my bed, like, you know, so it's great, you know.
It's amazing that you want to add value. You are there, you are an example, and you want to share it with others, and that's so wise. It's just amazing. And
Well,
something that I love about this as well is that focus on what you can do. Changing the focus just changes everything. And also something that I loved is control the controllables. You can control your thoughts. I love it too. You can control your thoughts. You can control what you eat. You can control how you feel. You can control where you want to go to, and you can control to add value to others and ask for help. So that's just amazing. Do the things that you can do and focus on that.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the big point I like to make, you know, because I mean, through a day, I mean, you see me here and I look fine, right? But like a half hour ago, I was inside bed sound asleep. And after this, I'll be in bed again sound asleep for another hour. And then I'll go get up and do something else. It's just it's like a battery. You have to keep recharging it, you know, and if you get the odd hours in there and do it, then you'll be fine. If you don't, with this condition, the battery runs low and everything starts, it's like the robot, everything gets slow and everything gets, you know, so we have to keep the battery charged. And unfortunately, that takes a lot of sleep, you know.
Okay, thank you so much. I don't want to take more of your time. I don't want to deplete your energy. If you could repeat again where people can reach you, that would be awesome.
I have a Facebook page, Sara Ward, WARDE. There is Inside ME 101, which is a public
page. Is Inside?
Inside ME.
ME.
101.
101. Any dots, any points, any something somewhere?
Not between the M and the E, but it should come up.
Okay. We'll look for that one.
At public page, then you have groups, private groups, and in that is Inside ME.
Okay.
Private, and in there I do the live feeds.
Excellent.
Do once a week for half an hour on a Thursday.
Okay, that's amazing. That's amazing. I love your energy. Even if it's in small bits and pieces, but you share it with so much grace that it's so inspiring, Sara.
Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been fun talking to you, I must say. You know, I've enjoyed our couple of calls and stuff, and it's been a joy dealing with you. And hopefully we'll talk again.
For sure, whenever you want. And if you want to invite somebody from your group, this is an open platform to inspire other women, because our motto is, if you can do it, I can do it.
Yeah.
Gosh, you have told us how you can do it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sara. Thank you so much. Love you.
See you soon. Okay, take care.
Okay.